Hello, beautiful people. It's Bonnie Gillespie, and today we're going to do just a quick primer on flow theory. You've heard me geeking out about this. I am super excited to bring a little flow theory back into my life. When I first became aware of flow theory, it was when the father of flow, Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, came to my campus. I was working on my PhD in instructional technology, and one of the things that the College of Education was offering was come to this experience with this father of flow. And I was like, I love the idea of being in a state of flow, of accessing creativity from a really organic state, and to working out spaces in the brain to become more of a machine for accessing flow more frequently, more efficiently, and with a recovery period from those high level access points that is healthier all the way around. It turns out that I was actually kind of predestined to have this experience. Predestined, maybe wrong word, but I was definitely set up to have a really good relationship with flow, because as I've been learning in my newer studies of flow theory and the new research that's been coming out in the decades since Csikszentmihalyi came to my campus, I'm learning that Montessori education is the foundation for some of the best flow level thinking. And that means from the age of 2, I was taught to be in these spurts of 90-minute flow baths of just these places where my brain was just accessing at its most efficiently the most creative and the most productive information that I had the ability to access simultaneously, and then come down from that and learn how to navigate between those various encounters with states of flow. Now, as a creative, this is incredibly powerful, because one of the things that happens when you're in a state of flow is the inner critic shuts down. That voice inside that likes to tell you it can't be done, that voice inside that likes to flirt with all the negative self-talk that wants to come through, can't exist when you're in a state of flow. So I'm all about getting into a state of flow as often as possible. Now, it's not healthy to be in a state of flow forever. It's also not possible to sustain a state of flow forever. And a lot of people try, but it's not doable in any sort of sustainable fashion. Before I get into the real geeky, fun, amazing stuff that I'm going to try and make a whole lot more accessible and less academic, so that we run it through the self-management for actors filter with flow theory, I'm going to ask that everybody take a flow audit. This is something that's put together by the creators of the Flow Genome Project, and I'm going to put a link below that I want you to visit, and I want you to take this flow audit so that we can determine what your primary state of flow is, what it is that you represent, and where it is that you go, what's your go-to when you are most in a state of flow. And I'm going to tell you what the 4 options are, not so that you can try and rig the test, because it's going to come out the way that you are most likely to have the results line up anyway. So knowing the 4 options shouldn't put you in a place of like trying to game the test, because also what would be the benefit in that? What we're trying to do is learn what are your strengths so that we can then lean toward those. And then also, what is your secondary? The test is going to tell you, the flow audit's going to tell you this is who you are, and then you are going to read the other descriptions and get a good sense of, well, this is one that I also am, because we all have a primary and secondary with all of these. So what they are the hard charger. This is the extreme sports, X Games, the athlete that just pushes and then pushes and pushes beyond. Then there's the flow goer. This is the everything is good all the time creative. This is the wake and bake. I like to get myself in a really good creative state by kind of altering my perception and then going into the work kind of guy. And then there's the crowd pleaser. This is someone who is in a state of flow, bringing together a community and building connections and creating a celebration around those connections. That'd be my primary. No kidding, right? And then the 4th one is the deep thinker. And the deep thinker is someone who is more introspective and someone who's a little more contemplative in terms of state of flow. So these are the people who end up, writing the great American novel and creating things that come from a very private place. We all can access all 4 of these states of flow, but we have a resting state that is our go-to, that we are most in a state of flow when we are what? And the reason it's important to know this, and the reason I want to do this as sort of the primer to all the work we're going to do in the following masterclass series of flow theory for self-management for actors, is I want to make sure that you're coming at this from a starting point of understanding, oh, that's why I stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning and find that I get my best work done when nobody else is around. Oh, that's why I'm most turned on after I attend an improv jam and have riffed with others. Oh, that's why when I'm not working out, I actually feel like shit from a creative perspective because I'm physically not pushing myself through some of those things. Or, oh, that's why I really like my mind-altering substances. It doesn't mean I'm a junkie. It means I'm actually using it to access a part of my brain that I don't get to spend a lot of time with otherwise. And knowing these things about you will help you make sure that you are most efficient in how you use your flow state time and how you let yourself off the hook for the times when things that you think are not helping you are actually feeding your ability to access flow down the line. And remember, since being in a state of flow silences your inner critic, there is nothing more powerful than the work we are about to do with this flow masterclass. I'm so excited to share this with you guys. So do me a favor, take the flow audit. The website is going to be linked below. If you've got any questions, jam with me in the comments here in the vault. I want to know exactly what it is that's happening with you as you start in on this and as we begin the deep dive, which is going to get really heady sometimes, coming at it from a place of this is all meant to help me be more creative, more of the time, more efficiently, and with more flow and ease around everything I create. You're going to realize that this can be the most powerful secret weapon we unlock in our self-management for actors work. So excited. Stay ninja. Mwah.